Hello everyone, this is Ronnie of IECEP Manila. As we venture into this new normal, IECEP Manila will bring you to a new level of experience. We will showcase enthusiastic and amazing individuals who will inspire, motivate, and encourage our members, viewers, and colleagues of IECEP. We are presenting Kapihan sa IECEP Manila. This new platform aims to deliver perseverance, hard work, and success of our friends in IECEP. Let's get to know them more and learn from their stories. Hello everyone! Our first guest is very close to my heart. I know her since 2007 while I'm sending an inquiry email to IECEP National. I was surprised she was the president of IECEP National that time. But now, in our pandemic era, 2021, we're still friends, actually very close friends. I have so many questions about her and so many introduction because she's a multi-awarded researcher, engineer, entrepreneur, mother, a grandmother, and wife, and actually our mother in IECEP Manila. Friends, I would like to introduce our first guest, Dr. Rosula Arsol S.J. Reyes. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Ronnie.
Ma'am, thank you so much for accepting our invitation in our new activity or platform of IECEP Manila, which is Kapihan sa IECEP Manila.
I should actually be the first one to thank you for inviting me, actually to be the first guest. And it's a pleasure, it's an honor to join you in this Kapihan.
Actually, it's our pleasure, ma'am, because you're the one who established and motivate us to maintain our what's this condition of IECEP Manila. Because without you, there is no IECEP Manila.
Thanks for that,
ma'am. Let's make it casual about this because it's Kapihan sa IECEP Manila. I have a first question about you because I don't want to spill more of it because I would like you to tell us about this. My first question, ma'am. People know you from the nickname Arsol. I'm also surprised about that. How and why you choose to use this nickname Arsol? Could you enlighten us, our viewers and colleagues in IECEP, about your name Arsol?
Actually, I don't remember what age I was, but then I recall having asked my parents how they or where they got my name, because I noticed that my name is entirely different from the rest of my classmates before, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Before it's Mary Ann, Rosario, those were the names before, and Rosula is entirely a different name, unique name, if I may say. So I asked them, and they actually got my name from the calendar. So it's Saint Rosula. But as the years passed, yung religious calendar changed, and my name is not already there on my birthday, which is September 14. So that's how the Rosula was taken. But then how come that I am more known as Arsol?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Maybe I owe it to my elder brother because according to my parents, he cannot pronounce Rosula. And so it was jumbled, like he said Arsol instead of Rosula. And so they got used to it. And I sort of, it's an endearment for me. Every time I hear the word Arsol, it's so soothing, it's an endearment. And I got used to it. So if you know the Dale Carnegie, who said the sweetest sound a person would like to hear is the name.
Yes po.
But I would like to clarify it, no? As long as the name is properly said. Unfortunately, because of the uniqueness of my name, it's always mispronounced. So Rosula, Rasula, Ursula. And it's so difficult that Arsol is easier to mention, no? Para bang once they say the word Arsol, para bang hinahag nila ako eh. Para bang mahal na mahal ka. And I remember even my tita when I was younger, every time they get mad from me, they would always say, Rosula, pumunta ka na dito. But when they say Arsol, well, that's the sweetest thing. So I got used to it. That's the reason why I'm more known as Arsol rather than Rosula. But when I go abroad internationally, it's always Rosula that's placed there. And to make sure, again, that it's said properly, I would always mention when I introduce myself, just call me Ros for short. It's going to be easy and you are going to recall my name easily. So, but the problem is when they call Ross, I don't look at them because I'm not also used to being called Ross. So that's it. And some of my friends abroad already know me as Arsol. So,
Kaya naging Arsol. Actually, ma'am, nung nabasa ko yung email from my inquiry way back 2007, I was surprised that your name is Rosula. And then, when I arrived again in Manila, I went to IECEP National for my membership fee. I heard Malu and Gina that time. Okay, we will inform Ma'am Arsol. I asked them, who is Arsol and who is Rosula? I thought there are two names, two officer from IECEP National because it's my first time to know you from the name Rosula. So thank you, Ma'am Arsol, for giving us the enlightenment of. Actually, there are so many questions or people are curious why she keep on using the name or nickname Arsol. So thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Since parehas po tayong ECE, ito ma'am yung tanong ko about dun sa course natin. Is ECE is your first course or meron po ba kayong ibang other courses na gusto talagang kuhain before entering college?
Wala pa yung ECE that time, ano? Kung meron man sa probinsya, hindi mo siya marinig. I wanted to be a medical doctor.
Oh.
Ang dami kong give up just to show to my parents that I wanted to be a medical doctor. So ang dami dapat convention ng high school na kailangan kong attenahan, kailangan ko represent yung Sabela High School. But then it's always sasabihin ng parents ko, wag na lang, ipunin mo na lang yan para sa college mo. So ang dami kong hindi napuntahan ng mga conventions, no? And then yung entrance exam sa UP, hindi rin ako kumuha. Kasi sabi ng parents ko, hindi ka naman dyan magme-medicine eh. So eventually, that's really my dream, to be a medical doctor. Unfortunately, mag-iiyakan tayo kung sasabihin ko tungkol sa pag-shift ng course. No? As usual yan eh. But then, I was offered a scholarship, NSDB pa noon eh, National Science Development Board. But I should take any science course, 4-year science course. Again, sa probinsya, hindi nila alam kung anong BS Physics, BS Chemistry, Biology. Ang alam nila doon, doktor, attorney, CPA, engineer, gano'n, no? So, I had to bargain. Sabi ko, ano yung mga courses na yan? Hindi namin alam yung courses na yan. Pwede bang engineering na lang? So with much bargaining, they allowed me to take up engineering. Since hindi ako nakakuha sa UP, the only open for entrance exam was UST for that scholarship, no? So I took the entrance exam sa UST, awa ng Diyos, pumasa naman tayo dun. And because chemical engineering then was the course for female engineers, talagang yun na nilagay ko, chemical engineering. No? However, nung second year ako, nakatabi ko sa klase, San Jose ako Rodriguez siya. Ang boyfriend niya, US Navy. Sabi niya sa akin, huwag ka na, lumipat ka na. Electronics daw ngayon ang in na in. Yan daw ang future, yun daw ang So, second year college pa lang ako noon eh. No? And so, nung third year, nung mag-majoring na, I decided, in the first place, di ko alam yung reaction pala ng chemical engineering, no? I'm more into physics, electrical, ganyan, no? So, sabi ko, sige na nga, electronics mukhang malapit sa electrical, no? Tsaka ayaw ko yung mga reaction plus minus na yan, no? So, I shifted, no, to electronics engineering. So, yun yung naging shifting ko from medical doctor to engineering.
So from medical to chemical muna, ma'am, di ba? Chemical
Chemical muna.
Opo. So, how did you fall in love with this course, ma'am?
Actually, nung pagpasok ko ng third year, there's a lot of physics into it eh. High school pa lang ako, physics na ang favorite ko, aside from mathematics, syempre. Kaya pinili ko na rin yung engineering dahil magaling ako sa math eh. Based sa high school grades, magaling daw ako. And then, electronics, di pa nga masyado, pero nung tinitingnan ko yung courses, marami siyang physics, electrical, and so tapos parang naengganyo ako nung kaibigan ko, close friend ko na ngayon, na mag-electronics engineering. So, yun na. Doon ako napunta sa electronics.
So, napamahal na kayo, ma'am, sa course natin na ECE.
Napamahal na. Yes.
Alright, ma'am.
Oh.
Since nung habang nag-aaral kayo, ma'am, kasi nung time nyo po ba is still 5 years na po ba yung ECE, ma'am?
Yes, 5 years na.
5 years na.
5 years
Ma'am, ano po yung most unforgettable experience nyo nung college?
Nabanggit ko na magaling ako sa math eh, no?
Opo.
Ano ba nung high school ako? 2 lang ang grades ko sa math eh. Ang quizzes ko, ang score, either 99 or 100. Feeling ko, kayang-kaya ko siya. So yung first experience was after the second quiz, ng first year pa lang sa engineering.
Opo.
Wala na. Lahat ng alam ko, tapos na. Tapos na. So it's a challenge. And so ayokong umatras. No? Nandun na ako. Besides being the second eldest in the family, I should be a role model to my 6 other siblings. No? Na no back out, no ano. And ito, talagang nabuhay ako. 7:30 ang klase ko. Morning class ako. 7 nasa simbahan na ako. I attend daily masses, no? Just to give me the strength to be able to pass my course in mathematics. So doon ko nakita na kala ko magaling ako sa math, hindi pala. Konti lang pala yung alam ko, no? So that's the first experience or challenge, and I would like to mention that being there with the Lord,
Yes po.
praying, and is really giving you the strength to go through all your goals in life. Marami. I cannot actually tell a specific experience, or first year pa lang yun, no? And then many other challenges, no? And normal na. Bumagsak
Opo.
din ako, no? Bumagsak din ako. And that's mathematics, math, no? Ordinary differential equations. And sabi ng mga kaibigan ko, classmates ko, kasi mawawala scholarship ko eh, no? So paano ako matutuloy sa pag-aaral niyan, no? Pag nawala yung scholarship ko. But I had to work on it. I have to take it for the learning again. Is it's not really the failure, no? It's how
Opo.
to stand up and work on it again, learn from it, and master ko na tuloy yung math, di ba? For taking it for...
Sabi nga po nila, ma'am, yung failure or yung fail from the word fail is first attempt in learning. So,
Yeah.
napakagandang experience po at na yung itong lesson na binigyan niyo sa amin na don't stop kasi yung motivation niyo aside sa family na nandiyan na po talaga kayo, you really want to pursue to finish the course ECE. Ma'am, we keep on inviting you for several talks because I'm one of the organizer of IECEP Manila. It's my pleasure to invite you most of the time. I heard in one of your talks, I still remember it, I think in Film Theater sa UN.
Oh, okay.
So I heard this from Against the Odds. I think this is around about your pursuing higher education. So either master or PhD. So Against the Odds means persevering. Sabi niyo nga po kanina. So I need to pursue persevering despite these challenges. Could you share the story behind this, ma'am?
I belong to a family of all teachers, no, actually. And many of them also pursued further studies. My mother, kahit na 8 na kami noon, no, was pursuing her master's degree. So para bang nandun yung environment, nandun yung culture, nandun yung for pursuing further studies. And as far as the master's is concerned, maraming scholarship noon that time, especially for teaching in engineering. So there was a scholarship under, kalimutan ko na yan, but it's more of engineering education. So I had to grab the opportunity kasi ang mga masters noon ng electronics engineering, wala pa sa Pilipinas, nasa abroad lahat.
Opo.
And so these are the ones that are offered in the Philippines. Medyo ayaw ko pa umalis ng Pilipinas noon I took up Masters in Engineering Education with major in Computer Engineering sa UP. But most of the elective courses are in education. Education philosophy, development of curriculum, and etc. But it really helped because at one point, my goal was also to start my own school, to have my own school. And so there were a lot of, after my master's, this I have to be proud of. When I entered UP, dahil nga yung grade sa UST medyo namumulaklak, ang term namin yung pag puro mga tres namumulaklak. So I was on probation in UP, and on the first sem, I was already university school. So again, if you want to pursue your goal, you work really hard. And at that point, para bang wala akong problema I was supported, free tuition, monthly allowance, you have the books. And ano pang hahanapin ko? Wala na akong gagawin kundi mag-aral. And I was on probation, and so I really studied hard. I was a university scholar in UP for the 2 years that I took my master's in engineering education. And then after that, may mga scholarship, JSPS, Fulbright for a PhD. Unfortunately, hindi ko makuha yung for some reasons, gender issue, and yung sa US naman, nung PhD na, they would always say, hindi ka na babalik and so on. So, dito na lang siguro. And I pursued again a PhD in education, again looking at that goal of pursuing of having my own school later on. So ihanda ko na nga lang lahat, parang ganon. I cannot go abroad for further studies. So let me just choose the course that will prepare me for what exactly I want to do in the future. So ganon kaya ako nag-PhD in education. Kaya ganon talagang napalapit na ako sa education, teaching.
Later on, pupunta tayo ma'am back sa mga pag-travel nyo related dyan sa nakuha nyong PhD degree. Since ma'am, ang haba na ng tinagal nyo sa academe, I think you spent almost more than half of your life sa academe. Nandito po yung passion nyo for teaching. So aside ma'am sa teaching, ano po yung isa sa pinakagusto nyo pang gawin?
Unang-una teaching. Hindi ko napansin na kalahati na pala ng buhay ko nasa teaching. Because I love to do it. Time flies so fast when you love what you're doing. And there's a lot of challenges that are into teaching. Hindi naman ako nag-teach lang as in kung ano man yung notes ko nung nag-umpisa ako, yung notes ko rin nung hanggang
Yes, ma'am.
Made experiments to prepare laboratory manuals. Nung lumabas yung mga bagong technology, gumagawa ako ng mga libro. And these are the things that kept me so busy. I didn't notice na ganun na pala ako katagal sa teaching. So, ganun ko na siya kamahal. Bata pa lang din ako, parang meron teaching na ako. Actually, merong itong organization ng ECEs sa UST noon. Pumupunta kami doon sa public schools. Nagtuturo na kami ng electronics Tinuturo namin paano gumamit ng meter, magbasa ng resistor, capacitor, and so on. So I love doing that, experiments to make a book, to prepare laboratory manuals, and then eventually that led on to doing research.
Yes po.
And meron isang napakagandang nangyari actually when my husband and I took a vacation in the US. And fortunately, accidentally, na-meet ng husband ko, yung best friend niya nung high school, who used to work with Seagate. And then sabi niya sa akin, hindi na gumagamit ng breadboard. Meron ng mga software packages. And he gave me a gift, CD ng electronic workbench.
Wow.
Pinag-aralan ko yon. Actually, mura lang noon pala yun. Eh. Mahal na yung time na yun. That's, I think he purchased it for $100. From the first letter to the last period of that CD, talagang sinaulo ko siya by heart. And I started to open my business, which is called ECEs. Electronics, Computer Communications Engineering Specialist. And nag-offer ako ng training ng electronic workbench. And to my surprise, nag-spice na rin ako. To my surprise, industry were actually responding. Ang dami naming kliyente galing sa industry. That's where I got known in the industry because I was offering all these trainings on simulations, electronic simulations, and so on. So, hindi lang teaching. Napunta sa research, napunta sa business, and so on.
From teaching, napunta sa... Actually, yung nadro ma'am yung love nyo, yung heart nyo sa teaching. So, nag-pay back sa inyo. Napunta po kayo sa research. At the same time, naging fruitful, nandito po yung business, napunta kayo sa business sector as entrepreneur. Ito ma'am yung itatanong ko regarding dun sa business. Paano po nyo na-maintain actually as a teacher, also a mom, actually grandmother na also, and also definitely a wife. How do you able to manage or handling the academic side, simultaneously handling the business? At the same time, you get into IECEP. Tatlong role to mabali. Family side, and then definitely yung ating bread and butter, the teaching or the academy and also the business. At the same time, you suddenly enter the scenario of become officer, member, actually regular active member, and then suddenly naging officer po kayo ng IECEP. So how do you able to manage those three sectors?
First is, I would like to thank my family for the support. I'm not doing it by myself. No, I have the support of my family, immediate family, my husband, my parents, buhay pa noon ang dati ko, and my brothers, my siblings, and of course, eventually my daughter. So, and I have very good friends. And yun nga nung college pa lang, na-establish ko na yung mga friendship na yan no? And the support that they give, talagang they'll understand. Kunyari, may social obligations ka, they understand kung wala ka. But no, I attend, no? Pag makikita mo, mas marami pa ako na-attend ng mga family gatherings, and it's time management. I think it's very important that you schedule everything. You do it. You learn to do things fast. You learn to prioritize. There are times nga na the whole day, no? And yet, my family would be there with me. Kasama lagi, nakikita niyo si Mr., no? Laging kasama rin siya. So parang hindi kami, And it's also the quality. Hanggang ngayon, no? Even my grandsons are helping me. Sabi ko nga sa iyo, they even edit my video presentations, even, all of this. I don't claim it as myself doing everything, but rather it's the full support together with good time management and health, of course. No, you have to take care of your health to make sure that you'll be able to deliver everything. And of course, we always ask for guidance from above. May konti lang ang problema, nakahingi ka na ng tulong, and you're clear in terms of how to do things and so on.
So thank you so much, ma'am. So time management is very important. So since naipasok ko po kanina yung handling the three sectors, nandoon po yung IECEP. So ito ma'am yung tanong ko, paano po kayo napasok o na sabihin natin everyone as a licensed ECE we need to have is APO or our organization IECEP. Paano po kayo naging active at the same time nakakuha po kayo ng 3 terms? 2007, ito po yung first time na na-meet ko kayo sa email pa lang. And then naging second term po yung 2008. At yung third term nyo po recently, that was 2017. So paano po kayo na-connect dun sa IECEP mismo?
So let me backtrack din. No? I had industry exposure. I started to teach microprocessors sa industry. Motorola pa noon. I was supported by Alex C., the owner of Alexan. And so I was invited to give trainings on microprocessors. Mrs. Quintero, who used to be the Secretary of IECEP.
Milagros Quintero, ma'am.
Yeah, Mrs. Milagros Quintero. Ninang namin sa kasal siya eh. No? So, being ninang, so she's so good to me. Pag may mga request for speaker, trainings, and ine-endorse niya ako. Well, malakas loob ko because as I have the support of Alexi, lahat ng mga brochures. I have also the support of my very good friend who was general manager of Texas Instruments. No? So lahat ng bagong technology, pamphlet, brochures, and etc., bigay nila sa akin, no? All I have to do is read, no? Supported ako. And so nakilala ako through Ma'am Mila. Ni-introduce niya ako kina JJM, Joel Marciano. And then yung mga seminars na binibigay ng IECEP, nag-umpisa ako doon. And then I was given the most outstanding electronics engineer in the field of education by IECEP. Yun ang unang-una kong, hindi yun ang unang-una. Actually, the semiconductor industry gave me the mentor award. Kasi nga, panay ang bigay ko ng seminar sa industry eh. So, I was given that award. And siguro yan yung nag-carry on sa akin sa IECEP. And I was, with that award, I think I owe it to give back. Not only to those who I've known, but maybe to the future electronics engineers. So doon nag-umpisa. And then I became officer, board of director for several years until I was elected as president. I was very young then, no? But I gained the trust of the senior former presidents before, sina Ronnie, sina Sir Nanding Morales, and so on, that I had a second term, and you won't believe it, they would want me to have a third term that time. Sabi ko, hindi, ang bylaws, ang sinabi lang, 2 terms lang. So, pwede naman baguhin, yun ang term nila, but I don't know, but I was, well, it's something also, no? Na nagustuhan ka and the service that you have been giving to your fellow electronics engineers. So ganun napasok, and for me, once na pinasok ko ang isang commitment, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Dahil bago ko na mapasukin, pinag-aaralan ko. Hindi yung pasok ka and then labas ka na kung ano, but rather you have to study it well. Gusto mo bang gawin ito all the way, no? And that's exactly why up to now I'm still here and took a third term and still working also with the foundation and so on. Tuloy-tuloy lang tayo.
Napakaganda pala ng istorya niyo, ma'am. So related pa rin sa course natin because from your love of teaching and sharing or payback, so you keep on propagating unti-unti. So napunta nga po kayo sa IECEP. So yung network niyo po lumago ng lumago. Actually, ma'am, personally, na-meet ko rin po si Ma'am Milagros Quintero nung nag-aaral pa po ako ng college, dun pa po sa IECEP National Office because I was the president po ng local organization namin sa TUP. So, madalas ko po nami-meet si Ma'am Mila. Eto ma'am, regarding po doon, kasi napamahal sa inyo yung teaching, at the same time, you really want to pay back to people. So, dito po pumapasok yung advocacy nyo eh. So, nakita ko po, meron po kayong advocacy. So, advocacy in helping people to learn. So, give them some comprehensive education or sharing. Ma'am, aside doon sa ginagawa nyong advocacy, kasi for me, it's already advocacy, sharing to people, helping someone to grow. Like me also, you help me so much to develop myself, to provide networks actually. So aside ma'am sa advocacy nyo na eto ma'am, sharing to people, ano pa po ang meron dun sa gusto nyong advocacy ma'am? I remember I was invited by SJ Learning School in
Yes.
Isabela. That was 2009. I was surprised that you established this small school for to neighborhood actually to provide them education. So aside ma'am doon sa advocacy na yon.
Actually, yun nga yung pinaka-tagline ng school na yun eh. Bringing science and technology. Nilagay ko lang to Ilagan kasi but definitely it's national, no? It's international, but yun ang ginamit ko, bringing science and technology. So I really believe that the country which is most progressive in terms of technology will be successful. Yung mga financially stable na mga countries is because of science and technology. And I also believe that there's something lacking in terms of getting young people to get into science and technology. And so that's the reason why I'm also part of the robotics in the Philippines, no? Because that's applied to elementary and the high school students. So starting them young, and that's what I wanted to bring to the remote areas sana. No? Yun, that's one of my advocacy in terms of the career that I got
I would like to support you for that ma'am.
Yeah. So kasi, well, you know, how science and technology really it's really more on how can we use it to solve problems. No? Yun yung ano natin sa as engineers.
Thank you so much ma'am. It's actually I really want to help also maybe collaboration with Ma'am Arsol because I really want to share or to give back to people, especially what I learned from other countries also to share. Ano bang technology ang natutunan ko? Kasi yung iba, actually, there's, especially in remote areas, yun yung kailangan talaga po nating tulungan. Ma'am, you're already in the peak of your career. So people tend to, the term chillax, ito po yung term natin eh. We're chilling, relaxing already once we reach a certain level of, let's say sabihin natin po, nandito na ako sa stage na kampante na ako. So from your experience from the academy, you went to research and then definitely ito nga po yung business. So what more? Ano ba yung ina-expect pa namin? So what's next for Ma'am Arsol?
Ronnie, bago yan, no? Gusto ko lang balikan niyo yung I really wanted to become a medical doctor. So kung nasundan niyo yung buhay ko, I used to be with semicon industry, giving more trainings, microprocessors, and then napunta sa telecoms ang technology, and I really did something on telecoms as well. And then I want to go back to where I really wanted to do. And so if napansin nyo, no, I moved from doing research in semiconductor industry, IC design, integrated circuit design, microelectronics, which I used to do. And I have moved into biomedical engineering. Hindi naman lalayo, babalik po yung medical dream, no? It's like, what can we do to the list of our brothers? It's like, there's this technology that we can use to reach out to those who cannot. If you may call it, namatay sila nang hindi man lang nila nakita ang hospital, hindi man lang sila nakakita ng doktor. And yet, we have this technology that can actually provide remote access for monitoring their health and so on. Siguro, hindi rin malalayo dun sa dream ko na maging medical doctor, no? So, naging doctor din ako. Nakakatuwa.
Konti na lang, ma'am. Konti na lang.
Yeah, and that's true. There are many other things that I really want, dream of. Parang minsan naisip ko, gusto ko nang gawin yun. This should be the time, because this is going to be my last full-time service in Ateneo. I could still work as part-time just in case Ateneo still wants me to to serve. So ano pa ang gusto kong gawin? Marami pa, no? Ang hirap, hindi ko masabi, but definitely it is towards serving others. It's towards, okay, napag-aralan ko na lahat, nandito na lahat yung there are people who would like to provide assistance to me for doing things for others. Ganun siguro, no? Aside of course from taking care also of my grandchildren now. Hopefully, I have more time for them. Medyo kulang pa nun no? I don't know, marami. Ano?
Actually, ma'am, as long na sabi nga po nila walang hindi sa edad ang wala sa edad ang pag-aaral eh.
Yes.
Basta nandito po yung ating puso na we really want to pursue something, talagang itutuloy at gagawin po talaga natin. Ma'am, bago po tayo mag-wrap up kasi meron pa po akong gusto talaga na itanong na dalawa. So, bago ko po itanong yung two last question ko, could you give some 3 inspirational lesson na could you share sa ating colleagues sa IECEP, sa ating viewers, sa ating members na 3 inspirational lessons that you learned?
One is very focus on your goals. The goals is not really personal, but rather more of giving yourself, commitment, trust. What I usually tell the younger generation is you're still young. Make sure your integrity is there, malinis. Ayaw ko sabihin yung work hard Lahat nagwo-work hard no? Minsan, naalala ko yung mga relatives ko, they would always tell my mom, napakaswerte naman daw, napakaswerte ko daw. And my mom would always say, pinaghihirapan niya yan. Minsan di yan natutulog, no? And sometimes I'm invited as a guest speaker, ganyan. Sa aeroplano, ginagawa ko yung speech ko. So, again, really it's more on determination to do what you really want to do. You do it for His glory. You don't see it as something for yourself, but rather you're doing it because He gave you that talent. He gave you everything, and really you just have to use it for the good of others.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that. Actually, inspirational. Ako po mismo, actually, ma'am, through our talk, simula sa umpisa ang pagkakilala ko po sa inyo. So marami na po ako natututunan. So nag-i-stick po kayo dyan sa inyong core nyo na to So number 1, yung determination nyo. So you have to optimize what from above na binigay po sa atin. At the same time, so every time na you give us short advice sa MSc Manila Student Chapter, because you're the one who established expanded Metro Manila Student Chapter of IECEP. So dapat yung integrity, kasi you keep on carrying your name, not just only your name, but also the name of your family, the name of your parents, the name of your university, at the same time, yung name mismo ng IECEP. Lagi po yan, ma'am, lalo na po sa akin, personal ko po, lagi kong itinatatak sa sarili ko yan, yung natutunan ko sa inyo na huwag basta-basta baliwalain, lalong-lalo na ang integrity. Kasi napakahirap i-gain yung trust ng tao. Lalo na ma'am, sa inyo, kung hindi po sila nagtiwala sa inyo, hindi po kayo marirecommend. So yung network nyo po hindi talaga nag-boom katulad nito. Ma'am, eto na po yung medyo personal.
Yeah.
Bago po tayo mag-pass talk. Actually, I'm so curious, ma'am, kasi katulad nyo po ako, isa po kong collector. So I keep on collecting Astro Boy figures. So yung nadalaw po ako sa inyo, sa bahay nyo, ma'am, sa swerte ko po ay napadpad po ako sa lugar nyo. At the same time, nung nakilala ko po kayo, bakit ang hilig nyo pong magkolekta ng Coca-Cola merchandise?
Malalim yan Malalim, bakit Coke? So I usually tell them, you don't collect just for the sake of collecting, but rather there are memories that go together with these collections. So ang father ko, isa sa first employee nung itinayo yung Ilagan Coca-Cola plant. Nabuhay kami, nakapag-aral kami because of the work that my dad had sa Coke. And maraming alaala, no? Actually, kami magkakapatid Kapag Christmas noon yung Coca-Cola, bata pa kami may Christmas party yan So, meron na kaming supot ng mga regalo, pamigay, no? Kumakanta pa ako noon sa sa Coca-Cola party. And my father used to be the president of the union of employees ng Coca-Cola. Ganun ang dating ng Coke sa amin. All of us, our siblings, were able to pursue it because of Coke. But actually hanggang sa akin talaga, because at some point I lost my scholarship, no, for some reason. Not really the feeling, but rather, actually martial law, no, everything went wrong, and so nawala yung scholarships and so on. So my dad had to work double time. Panay ang overtime niya. Sunday evening yun ang kukunin niya kasi times 1.5 daw ang sweldo eh. Pero nung graduate na ako ng college, papasok si daddy ng isang araw, magkakasakit ng 3 araw. And so my mother decided na kailangan na yatang retire ni daddy niyo kasi mamamatay na siya. That was the point, and I took over the role of my dad, and I was able to help all my siblings as well, supporting them in their studies, and I'm very proud of them. Lahat professionally successful in their own careers as well. So ganun kalalim yung collection ng Coke na yan. At this point, nandiyan yung unang radyo na natanggap ng daddy ko. Nandiyan tinatago ko yung, alam mo nung bumaha nung November ba yun? Ang una kong sinabi, nalaman ko na pinasok ng tubig yung bahay is, pakitignan niyo yung collection ko ng mga damit ni daddy. Kasi yung mga uniform ng daddy ko sa Coke noon, nasa akin eh. Nakatago sa akin. So I wanted to make sure it's there. Ganon ang naibigay nung pagtatrabaho ng daddy ko sa Coke. And so all these collections, again, it's not for the sake of and there a lot of memories. Marami kang binigay din sa akin, Ronnie, na galing sa abroad ng mga Coke, and all my other former students and friends who think of me every time they see a Coke. Maraming, I'll take this opportunity to thank them. Si Ken, pinadalhan din niya ako, and many others, nagugulat ako. And so every time I see it, aside from my dad, I see many of my friends, students, they remember me. And I remember them, and I exactly know what things were given by whom and so on. And sabi nga ni Mister, sulatan mo na ng name niyan kung kanino. Sabi ko sa picture, nakalagay na kung kanino galing yun. So anyway, it's memories that goes with these collections.
Actually, ma'am, meron talagang attachment. Hindi lang basta happiness yung binibigay sa atin ng collection natin. So meron pa po nga tayong isang kaibigan na meron din siyang ibang collection. Si Ma'am Annalyn, sunflower naman sa kanya. I hope maitanong ko din sa kanya ano yung pinagmulan bakit siya nagko-kolekta ng sunflower. So maraming salamat ma'am sa pag-share ng inyong story from your life. At the same time, napunta po tayo sa collection. So ang dami ko pong natutunan or pulot sa inyong stories. Actually ma'am, bago po tayo mag-fast talk, baka may gusto po kayong i-shout out kasi po magkakaroon po tayo ng premiere sa February 20. So it will be launched sa YouTube channel ng IECEP Manila. So baka meron po kayong gustong pasalamatan, i-shout out sa ating Kapihan sa IECEP Manila.
Well, yes, to all my friends, my former students, hello sa inyo lahat dyan. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng suporta ninyo sa akin during my younger days, during my search for my career, also our personal life together. Sa lahat ng tulong na naibigay niyo sa akin, you are part of my life, my journey. I am because of you. Maraming salamat for that.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Arsol. Ma'am, ano po tayong light mood kasi magtatapos na rin. Ma'am, magpapastok lang ako. So, favorite pastime po?
Singing.
Ma'am, since sinabi niyo po singing, meron po ba kayong latest favorite song?
Katatapos ko ng recording nung my Valentine. Nakapost yun sa Facebook.
So may Valentine's, ma'am. So every time po na actually because of the pandemic, so most of the time online ang meeting po natin. So eto ma'am yung tanong ko, suklay o brush?
Suklay.
Suklay. Ma'am, coffee, since this is Kapihan sa IECEP, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee. Ma'am, kanina nagkaroon kayo ng story about sa hindi kayo napagbigyan ng scholarship abroad. But you were able to travel worldwide actually. So natutuwa ako sa mga pictures na pinopost nyo sa Facebook. Your most favorite, favorite countries, at least 3 that you have visited.
Italy, of course. My second home country. Norway, Taiwan.
Wow, parang isa pa lang napuntahan ko dun sa 3 na favorite nyo, Taiwan, ma'am.
Gustong-gusto ko yung scenery sa Norway. So it's almost similar to Sweden. Very good friends in Taiwan. I love the food in Taiwan as well. Maraming memories na yan. And of course, my Italy, my second home country.
Meron pa po akong last 2. So nung na-meet ko po kayo, napakasimple nyo lang pong tao, napakasimple lang po ng buhay nyo, but what is your favorite dessert? Hindi ko po ata kayo nakikitang talagang ito yung dessert na madalas nyong ino-order every time na you treat me for dinner or something. Parang hindi ko po kayo nakikita na, favorite ko yun. Ano po ang favorite dessert ni Ma'am Arsol?
Actually, walang specific pero I always crave for buko-buko salad.
Wow, buko salad?
Yeah. Hindi
Napakasimple pa
kasi
rin.
ako sweet tooth walang specific.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, last, sabi nyo nga kanina, mahilig kayong kumanta. Is My Life na kanta or This Girl is on Fire?
This girl is on fire.
Bakit po, ma'am? Ito na po yung ating end.
I'm still alive. I'm still kicking, looking for many things to do. I don't see retirement as really term mo kanina is chillax no?
Opo.
I think there's a lot more that I can share. I'm still alive and kicking, so I'd like to do more. And so if you still need me for any talks or any trainings, you still want some of my advice, I'm still here. On fire.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Arsol, for actually hindi po namin wala talagang exact word nung nagbe-brainstorm kami sa IECEP Manila, so who will be our first guest, wala na pong ibang minention na pangalan, kayo lang agad yung binigay ng lahat na aming officer nung nagmi-meeting kami nung gagawin namin tong concept na to. So maraming salamat, Ma'am Arsol. Actually kulang pa yung time, so marami pang kaming gustong malaman, but actually binigyan ko sa pagbibigay niyo po ng oras sa amin. So, you give us inspiration to our viewers, colleagues, members ng IECEP, not just only in IECEP Manila, but the whole IECEP. At the same time, we are thankful na you keep still ongoing, ma'am, kayo. Lagi po kayo ever ready. Every time na we ask for something sa inyo, for guesting, for guest speaker, for interview like this, lagi po kayong ready. So maraming salamat, Ma'am Arsol, sa oras na binigay niyo po sa amin. So thank you so much po.
Maraming salamat din and good evening sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much for listening. So this is Ronnie from IECEP Manila once again. So we hope that you learn from our first guest in our Kapihan sa IECEP Manila. Her story is so inspiring from her dream, and right now she keep on pursuing and not stopping for her goal actually. So we hope that, sabi nga ni Ma'am Arsol, she's on fire. So we hope that you learn from our first guest. So thank you so much once again. And for our next guest in Kapihan sa IECEP, once again, napaka-close sa puso ko ang susunod nating guest. Why? Because she helps so many students in pursuing their dreams. So hindi po siya naging madamot sa pagbibigay ng kanyang sarili sa amin. See you once again for our next episode in Kapihan sa IECEP Manila. Thank you so much.